Okay, guys. So just like we did in the last video, we're going to start with discussion, then we're going to do notes. If you'd like to put the title of the notes down, it is the slope formula. And this first piece is discussion. You're welcome to take notes or not. So in the last few classwork and videos, we've been working with these 2 points, 10, 500, and 30, 700. So this is discussion. You're welcome to take notes or not. We know that the slope of the line between these 2 points is rise over run. Okay, and we know that rise has to do with the y-axis and y variables. And we know that run has to do with the x-axis and our x variables. Okay, so if our point starts at 500 and goes to 700, starts at 500, goes to 700, we could call that, another word for rise, we could call, let's see, I'm going to just rewrite it in blue here because I ran out of room, rise over run. We could call rise change in y. And we could call run change in x, because it's how much it changes. So instead of saying rise over run, we could say change in y over change in x. X starts at 10 and it goes to 30. So how much did it change? Okay, and the way we measure change is subtraction. So you might even know that you subtract y values. I ran out of room. And you subtract x values. Running out of room there. Okay, so I'm going to erase. If you want this in your notes, you can have it. You don't have to have it. The next part is going to be your notes. Okay, so slope formula. Step 1. Label your 2 points with x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. Remembering that the little subscripts are just name tags. It says, hey, I'm from the first point. Okay, so you're going to label your 2 points with x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. So if we had an example, 10, 500, and I hope I don't run out of room, 30, 700. Ooh, I just fit it. Okay, so you would label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, step 2. Write the slope formula. Okay, so just to remind you, it's going to be change in y. So I'm gonna show you the whole chain, and then I'll show you what to write. Rise over run is change in y over change in x is subtract y values over subtract x values Okay, if you're going to subtract your y values in a formula, it looks like this. Here's a y value, and here's a y value. So it looks like this, y sub 2 minus y sub 1. And our x values, let's see, I need a new color. I guess it's going to have to be green, which is a little bit light. I hope you guys can see this. Here's our x values. X sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay, so this is our famous slope formula. So I'm going to have you write it again right in the middle of your page. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And I'm going to put a little pink bubble around it. I'm going to say slope formula. Formula. It's important. Important. You're going to use it in all your science and math classes in high school. Okay, so step 2 is write the slope formula. Step 3 is substitute values. Some people like to just write them in. Some people like to do a box. I'll show you how to do the boxes in class. Okay, so y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And we had the points 10, 500 and 30, 700. And we had them labeled x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So in place of y sub 2, I'm going to put boxes actually. Boxes are a choice, but they really help people organize. This is going to be y sub 2, this is y sub 1. In place of y sub 2 goes 700. In place of y sub 1 goes 500. Over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. 30 minus 10. So this becomes step 4 is subtract and simplify. Okay, so 700 minus 500 is 200. Whoops, I should do that in pink. Sorry. 200. 30 minus 10 is 20. 200 divided by 20, I can goop. That's 20 over 2, which is 10 over 1, which is 10. 10. So the slope of this line that goes through those points is 10, or 10 over 1. There it is.